A good night for a ball game in downtown San Diego. It's baseball on the show, and it's coming up next. Wednesday night baseball coming your way from lovely Petco Park. Tonight, the rubber match of this three-game series between the Miami Marlins and the San Diego Padres. Hi again, folks. Matt Vasgersian here for what promises to be a good one. Alongside me are Eric Karros and Steve Lyons. And Steve, let's take a moment to look at our two starters here tonight.
Well, let's take a look at the numbers right here. Each of these guys coming off of a loss in his last start, so they'll each be wanting to turn things around in this game.
More from the guys as this one goes along, but first, let's have a look at the starting lineup for the visiting Miami Marlins, as their starting nine tonight will look like this. And there you get a look at the starting pitcher, whose job it'll be to keep these guys in check. His number is right there on the right side of your screen. Juan Pierre will get his first opportunity now, currently sitting in fourth place in the National League in stolen bases. And the opening pitch is a strike to the leadoff man, Pierre, as we get things started.
Yeah, a great sell job behind the plate, too. He sort of gently moved that glove back over an inch or two as he was catching that baseball.
And that's in there as well, so it's 0-2 to start the night.
You can tell he's still frustrated after that first called strike. It's still on his mind.
Swinging a ball hit well to the right side, but this will get into the crowd. And a check swing here, but the bat clearly breaks the plane as he's set down for the first out. So the leadoff man set down here in Game 1. And with that, let's give you a look at how the Padres align defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. Michael Bourne will get his first opportunity here. Took an 0 for 4 in the victory last night. First pitch coming. And that's in there for strike one.
Oh, and you wonder if maybe he decided beforehand just to take a pitch up there first. Too bad for him because that thing was right down Broadway.
That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike.
And with his speed, you got to expect a challenge fastball right here because you don't want to run the risk of putting him on base.
Now here's the pitch. And this ball will be chopped foul. Oh, and he can't catch up to the fastball as he swings and misses for the second out.
And you can tell already, he brought the good fastball. That's back-to-back strikeouts here in the first, and he's looking sharp early on.
Rob Brantley will get his first opportunity here, and as you can see, he's got that average up over the 290 mark to begin play. Changeup too low, and it's 1-0. Now the pitch. And this ball's hit pretty well, high and deep to straightaway left. Quinton will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. So a fairly painless top of the first. And now the Padres get their first opportunity in a scoreless ball game. Here's Bud Black's starting lineup for the host Padres, and it looks like this. And there's a look at the starter this lineup will match up against as you take a look at his line on the right side of your screen. And in the field, the Marlins will align themselves like this. There's Everett Cabrera now, so he'll be the one to get things going in the home half of the first. Got him fishing that time, 0-1. And he pulled up in time, but it's a called strike two. Now a changeup locks him up as he looks at strike three called, one away.
Well, and there you see the numbers from his last start. And a line like that is normally good enough to put a win by your name. But it didn't work out for him here. And I bet these guys would take another start in which he allows just 2 runs again for sure, and I think he'd be happy with it as well.
So the bases are empty with one man gone, and that'll bring in the center fielder, Cameron Maybin. Now a fastball that couldn't quite find the zone. It's ball one. Boy, in a mid-80s fastball that time, but it's a called strike, 1-1. That's hit sharply past the mound and on into center field for a one-out single.
Yeah, really not a bad pitch when you look at it. This is at the knees with some movement. He just uses the center of the diamond and checks in here with a base hit.
Chase Headley will stride forward, currently sitting in 6th place in the race for the National League hitting crown. He's running towards second. Pitch is a cold strike. The throw is not in time as he just gets in ahead of the throw.
Just your classic single and a stolen base. Now with one out in the first, another base hit here to put that first run on the board.
Sliced hard but foul. Look out over there. Tried to get him out front, but it's a ball 1-2.
And even on 1-2 now, you've got to expand the strike zone a little up there. You can't go down looking here. You've got to put this ball in play.
Just a bit low. Tough call, but it's 2-2.
And again, they try to take him down in the strike zone just to see if he'll go after that pitch below the knees. But with 2 strikes, he's been able to lay off that thing now twice in a row.
Oh, he took a big swing there as he lifts a high pop-up, drifting into foul territory at first. Morrison is over, and he tucks it away for the second out.
Well, sometimes when you miss with your location, it actually works to your benefit. I mean, this pitch is further up than I think he wants it, but hey, it works out for him.
Carlos Quentin will stand in here for the first time, looking to pick up that runner from second with 2 away here. And he throws the fastball by him here, 0-1.
Maybe they'll pitch to him after all.
And this one's hit on the ground, but foul. Two out here and a runner at second. And the cutter got him swinging. Strike 3, and the side is retired. Nothing in the San Diego first. Will go to the second downtown, scoreless. Giancarlo Stanton will stand in now, and obviously one to be careful with, as you see there, currently leading the senior circuit in long balls. Second inning starts with a fastball that misses. It's 1-0. He took a big swing there as he lifts a high pop-up, drifting into foul territory at first. And this will not be caught. It's a foul ball. One and two now. Now a swing and a ball hit in the air down the left field line. Quentin will get there with ease as he puts it away for out number 1.
And you know, he's kind of going through a stretch right now where the ball just isn't jumping off his bat. He's got a good pitch to hit right here. Looked like he put a good swing on it, but it just didn't go anywhere.
Freddie Sanchez will get his first shot here. Couple of hits in 4 trips last night. First offering to him stays upstairs. It's a ball and no strikes. And now another pitch taken by Sanchez as he's got it to 2-0 now. Swing and a ball hit foul as this will find the seats in right. Fastball is looked at for strike 2.
A little conviction behind that fastball.
Full count, 3-2. And here's a changeup in there for a called third strike, and that's the second out of the inning.
Well, tough to start a game much better than this. He's run through these first 5 guys pretty easily. This is already his 3rd strikeout of the ball game. Looks like he's in it for the long haul here.
Donovan Solano will stand in here, looking to keep the inning alive with 2 gone now in the top of the second. And this is taken outside for ball 1. No score here as we play inning number 2. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
Well, this is a guy up there that's not hitting a ton right now, but he can still work the count, and that alone can be beneficial to an offense.
Take sign must have been on there because that's right down the middle, strike 1. Bouncing ball back up the middle, over to his left. He's up with it. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the Marlins. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Mark Kotsek will stand in here. He drove in one of their 2 runs in last night's ball game. And here is strike 1 called to the 37-year-old veteran up there. 0-1. The pitch. And he just gets a piece there as this is chopped foul. And Kotze able to lay off that time, 1-2. Ran one in on him there as this is hit softly to third. Flipped to first by Sanchez. One away. Jesus Guzman will come forward now, back in the lineup after being used as a pinch hitter last night. Now here's his swing, and he's got the ground ball pitch working this inning. This one's over to first base, and the underhanded throw gets him for the out. John Baker will get his first chance now, trying to get something started with two away here in the bottom of the second. Here's the first offering. Change up, little bit inside, 1-0. And he comes back with one in there for a high strike.
Oh, come on.
Now a swing, and he just fouls this one away. Now here's the pitch. This should end the inning as it's sent out to second. And indeed it will. He throws him out at first, and the side is retired. Nothing across here this half. We'll go now to the top of the third, and we are tied 0-0. Logan Morrison is ready to go here as we begin the third.
Logan Morrison.
Come on, man, strike him out!
High and tight here to begin the inning. It's ball one.
Yeah, and when your team still doesn't have a hit, you appreciate a call like that once in a while.
This one's a strike. It's 1-1.
Straight paint at 94 miles an hour. Not a lot of movement there, but it's right on a dime.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Tries to change up on him there, but it's a ball, 2-1.
And I think that's what they were trying to set him up for. Going with that changeup down in the zone on a 1-2 count. Very difficult to react to, but he did a great job of holding back.
Almost got him to go around, but instead it's ball three.
Well, I think he got the pitch he was looking for right there, but not in the right location. So that's a great job of just holding up the swing.
And they are still hitless, but at least they'll have a base runner here. It's ball four.
Well, they still don't have any hits, but at least they've got themselves a leadoff walk. In the way things are going, I think they'll happily take that.
Adeiny Echeverria will stand in now, still struggling to get anything going offensively. Inside corner here, but maybe a fraction too far inside, apparently. It's ball one.
Yeah, he didn't seem to do him any favors with the previous batter, and now here's another call that goes against him on the mound.
That one's a called strike. Back even at one. Called strike in a dangerous location there, 1-2.
Yeah.
Grounded softly to short. This could be two. Throw on to first, and one shortstop grounds out to the other, one away. Wade LeBlanc will stand in, and you have to figure that he'll likely be swinging the bat now. Infield expecting bunt. Here's the first pitch, and he gets ahead 0-1. Third inning, no score to this point. A softly hit ball here, foul, off to the left side, and it's strike two now. He takes strike three called on the fastball. Couldn't pull the trigger, and there are two away.
Boy, at the very least, if you're going to go down swinging. That's a tough way to make a second out when you've got a runner in scoring position.
Juan Pierre will get his second shot at it now. He was called out on strikes to open up the ball game. Now a ball lined back over second. And the Marlins are into the hit column. There's their first base hit. But the throw will be well up the line as he scores easily.
A really good at-bat here as we watch it again. Look, he finds his pitch, drives it right back up the middle, and with two away, that runner doesn't have to hold up and make sure it drops. He's moving on contact, and he's going to wind up scoring easily.
Michael Bourne will stride in again. He struck out swinging his first time.
Let's go, Padres. Let's go. Woo!
Fastball that gets the inside corner, strike one. Lined hard to center field. In there, a base hit. Throw will hold that runner at second, so there are two on now with two away.
You talk about getting the bat head out in front. This is rifled up the middle. Can't square up a baseball any better than that.
Rob Brantley will try it again. He flew out his first time. And he'll go the other way with the fastball as this is on the ground to third. On to Forsythe covering, and that ends the inning. Marlins get one here on a couple of hits. We'll move on to the bottom of inning number 3. The Marlins on top, 1-0. Logan Forsythe will dig in here. Fouled back. And the pitch. I had him guessing that time as he's barely able to foul it away. Swinging a tapper out in front, and he's retired one away. Anthony Bass digs in at the plate. Now a swing and a ball pulled down the line to third. There's Sanchez. From a knee, he gets him with a little help from the scoop at first. A nice play on both ends there. Everett Cabrera will stand in as the lineup turns over here. He was called out on strikes to open the home first. Now the first pitch. Now a ball lined towards center field. And that's in there, base hit.
Well, that's a base hit he desperately needed. He's seen that batting average fall under the Mendoza line, so he's in danger of losing playing time if he doesn't get his act together.
So a runner at first with two away, and that'll bring in the center fielder, Cameron Maybin. Runners off for second. Pitch outside, the throw. And they'll nail him at second on a brilliant call to pitch out, and the inning is over. The dangerous Giancarlo Stanton will get the first shot when we return. 3 innings complete. Miami's out in front, 1-0. And there now is Giancarlo Stanton. He'll lead things off here in this one-run contest. Swing and a ball lifted in the air to straightaway right. Guzman is under it to put it away, and it's a quick one pitch out to begin the fourth. Leadoff man retired now for Freddie Sanchez.
Freddie Sanchez.
Just does manage to get a piece there as this is bounced foul. Both teams with just 2 hits apiece thus far. Here it comes. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Way outside, nearly to the backstop, 2-1. Oh, right down Main Street with that one. 2-2.
Hard to believe he let that one go. That was right on a platter for him.
Now a swing and a ground ball. Great play to Spirit. And Kotze will take this one onto the bag. 3 unassisted for the putout.
And I just think this is one of those swings where you just get committed a little bit too early. By the time he realized this thing was going to break out of the strike zone, it was just a little too late to hold back.
Donovan Solano will stand in. He grounded out his first time.
Donovan Solano.
Swinging a ball hit on the ground, but a foul ball here, 0-1. In there, and he's ahead 0-2 now. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
On 0-2, if that's a curveball, a changeup, a sinker, then maybe you get a guy to chase. But it's much easier to lay off a pitch down there when it's a straight fastball.
1 run, 2 hits, and no errors in the game for the Marlins. Struck him out, but he'll try for first on the drop third strike. And the throw is in time. It's a strikeout, and the play at first goes 2-3 for good measure as the inning is over. So they breeze through this half of the inning. To the bottom of inning number 4 we go. It's the Marlins 1 and the Padres nothing. Cameron Maybin will lead things off here in the home half of the 4th. And that's in there for a strike. Here's the pitch. And this catches the zone as well. It's 0-2 now. Inside, as that perhaps will back him off a bit. 1-2. Tried to hold up there. Appeal down to first, and no swing. It's ball 2. Here's the 2-2 offering. And a tough pitch on 2 strikes as he's able to foul it off. And this ball is also hit foul and heading for the seats, so we'll have to do it again. Still 2-2. Got him.
Well, the reason he's having the success he's had so far comes down to one main reason. He's changing speeds effectively. Now, you saw it in evidence right there. That's what you got to do to be a big-time pitcher.
So the base is empty here with 1 away, and standing in is the third baseman, Chase Headley. Good changeup there to start him, but it drops a little low for ball one. Fastball at 88 that time, a ball and a strike.
Yeah, a little surprising he didn't offer it that one. That was a dangerous spot for a good fastball hitter.
Here's the 1-1. Down low, 2 balls and a strike. Good time to call the change as he swings and misses for strike 2.
Wow, what a good time to take something off of that pitch, and they had him fooled pretty good on that one.
On a great pitch there as that completely locked him up, and he's down on strikes for the second out.
You want to talk about throwing a fastball in a guy's kitchen? He came in, sat down, had a cup of coffee with him. You aren't going to tie a guy up any better than that.
Carlos Quentin will stand in here hoping to at least put a ball in play here this inning. First pitch on the way. Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one. On the corner away, a ball and a strike. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. The 1-1 now to Quentin. No contact there, and it's 1-2. Now here's a ball hit hard on the ground to second. A dive, and he knocks it down. And no chance at a recovery here, as despite a great effort that time, they won't get an out on the play. Markatze will stand in. He grounded out his first time. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1.
And now you got to regroup after the 2-out single. You're in a dangerous spot in the lineup, so the inning's not over yet, not by a long shot.
.1-0 on the way. In there, and it's even at 1. Fastball called strike, 1-2.
Nothing fancy. 3 fastballs so far in this at-bat. He could go just about anywhere from here.
Swing, and he pops him up behind the bag at second. Solano will put this one away, and the side is retired. We'll see Logan Morrison start things off when we come back. We played 4 full. It's the Marlins 1 and the Padres nothing. And there is Logan Morrison. He's in to get things going here in inning number 5. Now a slider, and he gets ahead of him here 0-1. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. Two and one. This is sharply hit back up the middle, and the leadoff man is going to reach here. He's got a base hit.
Yeah, they tried to go inside again. I like the call, but this time he was ready for it. He drives this one for a solid base hit.
Danny Echeverria will stand in. He grounded out his first time. And this is fouled back and out of play. Looks like double-barreled action now in the San Diego bullpen as they get a lefty and a right-hander up to throw. Waved at and missed, and he's behind 0-2.
And now on 0-2, I think you got to be wary of that changeup. This is where he likes to throw it.
Both clubs with 3 hits in the ballgame.
Let's go, San Diego.
A look at Morrison. Now the pitch. Hit hard toward the right side. And this is going to be a fair ball as it'll head to the corner.
They're applying a little pressure here for one of the first times tonight. That puts runners at the corners now with one away, so this becomes an opportunity they need to take advantage of.
Wade LeBlanc will get another shot. Called out on strikes his first time around. And they'll start him with a fastball that's low for ball 1.
Let's go, Padres.
Now a fastball for a called strike. It's 1-1. And he doesn't get much on the swing here as this is pulled down the first base line. On to first, and it's a double play, although the run does come in to score from third.
Well, it looked like they might have had a big inning brewing here with first and third to start things out. They do get a run home here, but I'm pretty sure that's not exactly what they had in mind.
Juan Pierre will stand in. A strikeout victim his first time, and then a base hit last time around. First pitch is a cutter looked at, 0-1. Looks like double-barreled action now in the San Diego bullpen as they get a lefty and a right-hander up to throw. And now he'll try to bunt for a base hit here as he gets this one down. Throw not in time, and that'll go as a bunt single.
Let's check this out again. This is in show motion, and you'll see how he shows bunt late. He's got his head right on the baseball, watching it all the way onto the barrel of the bat. That's as good a form as you're going to see.
Michael Bourne will dig in. He singled his last time around. First pitch is a slider down low. It's 1-0. Now a swing and a fly ball hit fairly well out to deep center field. And Maben will look this one into the glove, and the inning is over. So 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. Last half of the 5th coming up. The Marlins lead this one 2-0. Jesus Guzman will stand in to lead things off in the bottom of the 5th. And here's the first pitch. Swing and a ground ball to short. Throw, and he's called out on a close play at first. And you can tell that he didn't like that call much. And normally umpires will let a guy have his say, but he better not try to push this one too much farther. John Baker comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1.
Let's go, Padres.
Outside for a ball, 1-1.
Another really close pitch there. He's been around the strike zone quite a bit. You know, sometimes that can be good. Other times, though, it can make you a little too predictable out there.
One is a cutter that misses 2-1. Here's a swing and a ground ball. But this will be a foul ball as that evens things at 2-2. And this will miss down low in the dirt, so he's worked it full now at 3-2.
Well, that's an opportunity wasted on the mound there. Well, a hitter's got to be defensive on 2-2, but that was so far outside, he didn't even have to worry about chasing it.
And this ball is crushed deep down the right field line. And this is called a foul ball. Maybe by a matter of inches that time. And now hold everything here. We're going to have a conference down that first base line, as there may be some discussion as to whether or not this was really a fair ball. And you can see the umpires pointing down the right field line. We may have a situation here where they'll need to go and review whether or not this was really a home run. And that's precisely what's going to happen, as we'll give you a look on our monitors here. Okay, the umpires have emerged from the dugout with the ruling. And it is going to remain a foul ball. So they had it right the first time. But if there's any doubt, go inside and get this thing right. Payoff pitch one more time. Fastball, and he turns on one, sending it high and deep to right. And that will find the seats, a home run. It's a solo home run here for John Baker. And the Padres are on the board. It's now 2-1.
Yeah, and that's his first hit of the entire series here, and he makes it a good one, all right. This one clears the wall by plenty. And now, back in the dugout, you can imagine he's probably saying, gosh, it's about time.
Logan Forsythe will stand in. He grounded out his first time. They set the target in, and this finds the inside corner for strike one. Now here's the pitch. And that's swung on and fouled straight back. Grounded foul off to the left, so they'll do it again.
Here we go.
Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. And now a pitch on the way.
Nope,
And he'll
that's
try
the
to
ball.
entice him with the changeup here, but it dips below the knees. It's 2-2. Just did get a piece of that one, so he stays alive here. Seventh pitch of the at-bat coming up. Looked like the cut fastball there, and he got him to swing through it for the second out.
And we'll get a look here at the grip on that last cutter. You can see he holds this thing way over to one side. And the idea is that at the last moment, it'll cut in towards the hitter, just like that one did.
Anthony Bass will stand in. He grounded out his first time. And that's taken for strike one. Set up away with the changeup, but it's 1-1. Now a swing and a miss, and he's behind 1-2.
Yeah, kind of a late decision to swing there. Even if he hits that thing, that might just be a routine fly to right.
And an off-speed pitch swung on and missed, and with that, the side is retired. Padres get one in the inning, and it comes on the solo home run. 5 innings complete. It's the Marlins 2 and the Padres 1. Rob Brantley will get things started here in the top of inning number 6. Looks like double-barreled action now in the San Diego bullpen as they get a lefty and a right-hander up to throw. And a first pitch slider is right there for strike one. Awfully close with the slider there, but it's 1-1.
And that's the right spot for that slider. Really try hard to tie him up inside. And that's a good job to lay off, too.
Now a pitch swung on and hit to the left side, but this is going to find the seats, a foul ball. Grounded, foul. Look out. That one almost got away from him. 2-2 now.
He did not like that one bit. You know, it's one thing to work in with the hard stuff, but don't do it around the dome.
Opposite field to left. And that's a base hit, so the pressure's on to open up the inning. Here comes manager Bud Black out of the dugout heading for the mound. And a change is forthcoming, as that's going to do it for his starter here this evening. He'll wind up lasting just 5 innings here. Didn't pitch all that poorly, yet he's gone nonetheless. Brad Brock will come on in relief here and appear in game number 25 on the year so far. Giancarlo Stanton will be the first to stand in against the new pitcher, as he'll do so with a runner at first and nobody out.
Let's turn 2.
Here's the first offering. And here's a pitch very close to the outside corner. He won't get the call, however, and it's 1-0.
Well, that strike zone looks like it's tightening up a bit.
And this winds up inside for a ball. 2-0 now.
Whoa, that one definitely took off on him right there. He's lucky that thing didn't go all the way to the backstop.
Big cut at the 2-0 slider, but he comes up empty. 2-1. Here's a hard-hit ball back up the middle. A dive, but he can't get a glove on it. It's through for a base hit. And he'll make it there safely, so the Marlins put him at the corners to open up the inning. And with that, that'll push his hit streak to a modest 6 games. Freddie Sanchez will dig in for the 3rd time now. He's struck out and bounced out in his first 2 trips. Looks like double-barreled action now in the San Diego bullpen as they get a lefty and a right-hander up to throw. Right there for strike 1.
Now with 2 on, nobody out, you got to be thinking strikeout double play out there on the mound. But one or the other is what you really need.
That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike.
Come on, throw it by him.
Comes set. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and it's 1-2.
Just overmatched him there.
Let's go 5.
Out in front here as this is pulled down the third base line. Throw to first is in time, but meanwhile the runner is in to score.
And with 2 strikes, you can bet he's gunning for the strikeout here. So that's a good job at the plate to just focus on putting the ball in play. And he does so to drive in the run.
Donovan Solano will stand in 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. And a fairly generous strike call there on a pitch that looked off the plate. It's strike 1.
Oh, he's got a legitimate gripe right there. I don't know about that one.
And this catches the zone as well. It's 0-2 now.
0-2, you gotta shorten up. Find some way at least to put the ball in play. You can't afford a strikeout here with an important run out there at second base.
Can't get him to chase. It's 1-2.
He showed him that slider running away 2 times in a row. Now might be a good time to call on that 2-seamer running in.
Fastball swung on and hit on the ground at third. Throw in time at first for out number 2. Logan Morrison will step in. Singled and came around to score his last time.
Come on, San Diego.
Getting a few steps off a second there. Now the pitch. Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball 1. Three runs, 7 hits, and no errors in the game for the Marlins. Well, they missed with the first one, but then they decide, let's go ahead and just put him aboard here, and they'll do just that. Adeiny Echeverria will dig in, 1 for 2. He grounded out the first time and followed that with a base hit in his second plate appearance. First pitch here misses wide, 1-0. Swung on and missed. 1-1. Right there at the belt. 1-2 now. And a big strikeout there as they'll leave a couple of runners on base, and after a good start to the inning, they can't capitalize any further. Marlins forced to settle for one. Top of the order due up in the home half of the sixth. The Marlins on top, 3-1. Everett Cabrera will stand in. A strikeout victim his first time, and then a base hit last time around. Third baseman in tight, protecting the bunt, the first pitch. And a high strike there, 0-1. Marlins have some action in the bullpen now as a right-hander is up and throwing. Well, he can't hold on there as he swings and misses on a pitch in the dirt, and he's down 0-2 now.
Just too many swings and misses on pitches out of the zone. Jeez, swing at strikes.
Inside as he might be trying to set him up here 1-2.
Here we go on an 0-2 count. All you have to do is start that thing right down the middle of the plate and then just let it work its way in. Hopefully get a swing through or maybe even a shattered bat.
And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and he's got that strikeout pitch working now. That's 3 in a row for him as there's one away.
Yeah, another good start to an inning for him here. He's really only made one bad pitch the entire game. That was the solo home run. Other than that, you can see there, not much to speak of at all.
Cameron Maybin will stand in now. He's singled and struck out in 2 trips. And that'll be grounded foul off to the left and near Glenn Hoffman, the third base coach. We're in the 6th inning here in a 3-1 ball game. Down and away, ball 1. Now here's the pitch. Fouled back. And this is grounded foul down the line, so he'll tee it up again. Now another pitch is hit foul and headed for the seats, so the count will stay put at 1-2. 1 out, nobody on. Tough pitch to lay off there, but he did, and it's even up at 2-2.
Ooh, there's a tough one to take right there on a 1-2 pitch, especially after fighting off so many pitches leading up to that one.
Now here's another pitch fouled off and heading for the seats, and he's just fighting to stay alive here, still 2-2. Ready with another 2-2. May get 4 strikeouts in a row as this is swung on and missed for the 2nd out.
Well, so much for your number 1 and 2 guys being your table setters. I mean, they're both gone now on back-to-back strikeouts.
Chase Headley will come forward now. He's popped out and struck out in his first 2 plate appearances. Here's the first pitch to him. And that misses for ball one.
Well, we've talked about all the strikeouts. And the only side effect is right there, though. He's run up a pretty high pitch count now.
Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball.
And this is all about handling a guy like this with kid gloves. Walk him if you have to, but don't let him be the one to beat you.
Now the 2-0. And his command's letting him down here. It's 3-0.
But one thing we've seen from this guy on the mound so far, when he makes bad pitches, they typically miss out of the strike zone. They don't miss in the zone where they can be crushed.
Come on, base hit now.
And that misses for ball four, and the Friars are going to have themselves a two-out base runner.
And he's saying, give me a break. And that pitch is right there. And I tell you, though, complaining like that is only going to squeeze that strike zone a little more.
Carlos Quinton will dig in now, hoping to perhaps make him pay for the two-out walk. First offering on the way. Down and in here, 1 ball, no strikes.
Well, not really how you want to start the next guy after a walk. That pitch isn't even close.
And this one will be out of play off to the left. Runners on the move for second. Pitch inside. The throw. Not in time. He's in there at second.
And with 2 outs, this was an excellent spot to try to take second base. The worst case scenario is if you get thrown out, you allow a good hitter to come back and lead off the next inning. Now, you give that same good hitter an opportunity to drive you in with just a base hit.
Good lead off a second there. Now the pitch. Here's a swing and a little tapper in front of the mound. And the stolen base winds up as a moot point as the inning is over. So they pick up no runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. 7th inning coming up. The Marlins lead it 3-1. Back here at Petco Park, it's on to the 7th inning with the Marlins on top, and it's a good time to check out our game summary through the first 6 innings of play. Joe Thatcher is on to pitch now as he'll take over to start inning number 7. Justin Ruggiano will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Justin Ruggiano.
First pitch of the inning is taken downstairs for a ball. It's 1-0. Continuing to work the lower half of the strike zone here as that's in for strike 1. And he takes a called strike 2. No help off the bench here as he's gone on strikes to open up the inning.
So much for getting a lift off the bench to get something started. He can't come up with that one, and he's sent packing to start the inning.
Juan Pierre will step in, a base hit in his last time. Now here it comes. And he takes a cold strike, 0-1. Awfully close with the slider there, but it's 1-1. Up high, 2-1 now. Drive caught by Headley at third. Boy, not what you want to see when you're playing in that tight, but he's able to make the play for the second out. Michael Bourne will stand in. He flew out his last time up.
Michael Bourne.
And the pitch. In tight here with the first pitch fastball that's 1-0.
And even with 2 outs, this is a team that can still put something together here, especially in this part of the lineup, so you can't let your guard down.
In there, 1-1.
And when he's got that slider working the way he wants it, it can be such a weapon for him.
Fouled straight back. And a slider runs away from him there, and the count levels at 2-2. Swinging a ball hit hard on the ground to first. And Kotze will step on first himself, and that will be that. So nothing happening this time around. It is stretch time here at Petco Park. It's the Marlins 3 and the Padres 1. Mike Dunn will get the ball now as he'll take over on the mound to start the home 7th.
Michael Dunn.
Mark Kotze will step in now. He's bounced out and flown out in his first 2 plate appearances. First pitch fastball swung on and missed, 0-1.
And here's where you don't need to be an RBI guy, and you don't need to be a home run guy. You have to be a leadoff guy. Just get on base somehow to give that tying run on deck a shot.
Fastball bounces up to the plate, and it's taken for a ball. Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. 1-1 pitch on the way. And now a curveball that's low and in the dirt for a ball. It's 2-1. Fastball hit on the ground to short. And a good throw gets him one gone.
And even with the new pitcher in there, I think you tip your cap a bit to that starter. I mean, he gutted out 6 tough innings, and he's given his guys a good chance at victory if this bullpen can hold the lead.
Jesus Guzman will stand in again. A couple of groundouts for him on the ledger in his 2 trips so far. And he starts him with one on the outside corner, and if that missed, it didn't miss by much. It's ball 1. And wow, a very high strike, but a strike nonetheless, and it's 1-1. Sticking with the soft stuff here as this misses. It's 2-1. Swing and a hard hit ball towards the hole. And that'll find its way into right field for a 1-out single.
As we look at that again, you know, this is not a bad pitch by any stretch. If he throws this pitch 10 times, I bet he gets him out 9 of them. But here you just have to tip your cap to the guy at the plate.
In there, 0-1. He's set, now the pitch. Well hit to right, but that's a foul ball. Couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. From the stretch. And a good spot for that pitch is it's chopped foul. Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2. We're in the 7th inning with a good finish brewing. 3-1 our score. And that misses 2-2. Pause, now the pitch. And this misses, so that'll fill the count at 3-2.
Now the question, do you send the guy on 3-2 with 1 out? You figure you're going to get something around the plate.
And the payoff pitch is chopped foul at home plate, so we'll do it again. Still 3-2. try it again, 3-2. Softly to third, this could be 2. On to first, and there were 2 down.
Yeah, and the only silver lining to this offensively is that you get that guy up to second base, and now he's in scoring position with 2 outs. But I would doubt seriously that that was his intention.
Logan Forsythe will try it again. He's grounded out and struck out in 2 trips. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball 1. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. 2-0 on the way. Swing and a miss on the heater, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, a much better pitch there than the one he threw on 2-0.
Now a line drive that's going to be caught by Solano at second. Pretty much right in the glove that time, and the inning is over. Now the skipper's on his way out toward the home plate area, and I believe that means we're going to have a double switch here. Dale Thayer will be summoned from the bullpen now as he'll take over to start inning number 8.
Batting in the 7th spot, number 55, Dale Thayer. Now catching and batting in the 9th spot,
Rob Brantley will get us going now in the top half of the 8th. Fastball in there for a called strike. And this is high, a ball and a strike. One pitch is in the air now out to left field. Therefore, it is Carlos Quentin as he puts it away for the first down.
And you'll see where this pitch is. It's up, but it's up far enough that he can't quite get on top of it. And he winds up lifting a lazy fly ball.
Giancarlo Stanton will get another crack, 1 for 3 thus far. And now Luke Gregerson starts to heat it up in the Padre bullpen. Oh, and he goes the other way with a fastball. He drives it out to deep right center field. But that'll be off the wall in right center. And he's in there easily at second with a 1-out double.
Well, when you're hot, you're hot. There's no denying he's been swinging one of the hottest bats on the club, if not the entire league, and he comes through again with his second hit of the ball game. This one for 2 bases.
Luke Gregerson will get the call here as he'll take over with one gone in the top of the 8th. Freddie Sanchez will be his first assignment out of the bullpen as he'll stand in with a runner in scoring position at second and one away.
Hit runs on.
Now a fastball a bit too low here. It's ball 1. And now another pitch taken by Sanchez as he's got it to 2-0 now.
Yeah, he's looked at 2 close pitches. You get the feeling that this is the calm before the storm. I think he'll unload on this one if this thing is anywhere near the zone.
And he gets a piece of it here, but it's chopped foul. Eighth inning of this low-scoring affair. 3-1 our score. And he's fallen behind now, 3-1.
He was hoping he'd get him to go up the ladder there, but that's going to set up an even more dangerous pitch here on 3-1.
And here's a fastball that he takes the other way out to fairly deep right. But he will haul this in on the run as he had to go back to the warning track to do it, and there are 2 away.
Yeah, this is a nice catch here, moving toward that right field line. No chance to prevent that runner from moving up to third, though, and he gets over there with only 1 out.
Donovan Solano will dig in with a very important insurance run 90 feet away at third. And the first pitch looked to be pretty good, but ruled a ball, 1-0.
We've seen that same pitch be called a strike more than once.
This one's a strike. It's 1-1. And here's a slider for a called strike, and he's behind 1-2 now.
I think the time for patience is over. You've got to make something happen up there when you've got a runner in scoring position.
2 outs here with a runner at third. And this is fouled back and out of play. A ball hit hard to the left side. And he will deliver one of the biggest at-bats of the night. It's a base hit. And that'll plate the runner from third, as with that the lead swells to 4-1.
Well, when you break it all down, there are 3 things you got to have to be successful. Pitching, defense, and the clutch hitting. These guys have been able to ride all 3 so far. That's a big 2-out RBI there.
So a call to the bullpen now, and they'll make a move for the left-hander here. Logan Morrison will be the first to greet him here as he stands in with a runner at first and 2 away. Now a fastball to start things out. Didn't miss by a lot, but it's 1-0. Now a swing, and he pops him up. Right up the chute. This may be tough behind the plate. And Hundley able to put this one away, and the inning is over. A run on 2 hits, and they leave 1. Not too many more shots left. Home half of the 8th coming up. Miami's out in front, 4-1. And now we're going to have a conference at the home plate area, so it would appear that we'll see a double switch here. Ryan Webb is on out of the bullpen now as he'll take over to start the bottom of the 8th.
Batting in the 6th spot, number 58, Ryan Webb. Now playing second base.
Nick Hundley will stand in now as he'll be getting his first plate appearance in this one here in the 8th. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. He'll start him with a sinker here, but that sinks a bit too much that time. It's 1-0. This is sharply hit back up the middle, and the leadoff man is going to reach here. He's got a base hit. Everett Cabrera will get another shot. Struck out swinging his last time. And this will be swung on and bounced on the ground to second. Echeverria for 1. On to Morrison at first, but it's not in time, and they'll have to settle for 1.
Well, you could have put the first base bag out in the outfield grass on this play. You're not going to double this guy up. He's too fast. Still, a pretty good job of at least getting that lead runner at second base.
Cameron Maybin will try again. Struck out swinging his last time through. And a first pitch sinker is over for strike 1. He's set, now the pitch. And this is swung on and lifted down the left field line, but it'll get back into the crowd as he jumps ahead of him now, 0-2. Now a swing, and he just fouls this one away. Stabs for it. He's got it. Downs for 1. On to first, and it won't be in time to end the inning as he just about did a somersault out there at second base.
This ball's not hit all that sharply, and I think a lot of pitchers would have been content just to take the out at first base. But he forces it into second base, and he winds up getting his lead man.
So it's a runner at first with 2 men out, and that'll bring in the dangerous switch hitter Chase Headley. Now a check swing, but it's strike one anyway, says the home plate umpire. Comes set, now the pitch. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Hit hard on the ground is short. And 8 innings have come and gone now as the inning is over. 1 hit, 1 left. We've played 8 full. It's the Marlins 4 and the Padres 1. Adeiny Echeverria will get us started as they look for a little insurance here in the top of the 9th. First pitch to him. 9th inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a cold strike. Comes back with a good changeup there, and it's quickly 0-2.
Yeah, it's so hard to stay back against a guy like this. Unless you guess right, that thing's just so slow that it's almost impossible to keep from getting out on your front foot.
Outside.
And he'll try to get him to chase the fastball there, but he lays off. 1-2. Now a swing and a sharp ground ball toward the hole. Well into the outfield turf as he makes the stop. And a great athletic play to get him. Man, wow.
Yeah, and he had to range deep for this one, and you've also got to worry about that ball hitting the lip of the outfield grass. So you got to hang with it just like he did, and he made a nice play.
Matt Downs will get his first opportunity now.
Matt Downs.
This is hit sharply to the left side. And a base hit as that's into left, and they've got themselves a 1-out base runner. So a runner at first now with 1 away, and the team's catalyst Juan Pierre's coming up. Outfield comes way in here. The first pitch. Swing, and he popped him up over in foul territory back behind third. And this one's tapped foul at home plate. I had him guessing that time as he's barely able to foul it away. Another 0-2 coming. On the ground to second base. This could be 2. Cabrera for 1. Back to Kotze, a double play, and the inning is over. 1 hit in the inning, but no one left. Nothing further in the Miami 9th. Last chance coming up for the Friars. They trail here 4-1. Steve Cishek is on now to try to close things down here in the 9th. Carlos Quentin will step in, a ground-out victim his last time. first pitch of the inning here is wrapped right back from where it came, and that'll get into center field for a leadoff single.
And at this point, I don't think you could expect anything less than a two-hit ball game from this guy. I mean, he's been as hot as anybody lately, and he comes through again here.
Markatsek will stride in, grounded out his last time through. Now here's the first pitch. And looked pretty good on the monitor, but it's ruled a ball inside, 1-0.
All right, let's go. Base hit here. Here we go.
Downstairs, 2 balls and no strikes.
And that's right where you want to be throwing those sinkers, but he's doing a good job at the plate of not chasing.
And he tried to hold up that time. We'll get an appeal down to third, and no swing. It's ball 3. In there, 3-1.
Avoid the deuce.
From the belt, the pitch. And a called strike on the outside corner there. It's full now, 3-2. And that misses for ball 4. And it's first and second now with nobody out.
He may be the closer, but he is opening up a real can of worms here. Putting another guy on base with a walk, that's not going to help things.
Jesus Guzman will stride in. He singled in his last plate appearance. And a sinker misses here. No, a called strike. I take that back.
Good pitch right there. Right on the heels of a walk. He needed to get ahead of the next guy, and he did just that.
Marlins have some action in the bullpen now as a right-hander is up and throwing. Lays off the sinker here, a ball and a strike. A decent lead at second. Here's the pitch. And this is pulled foul as he was way out in front there. And that's swung on and fouled straight back. Now a swing and a little soft liner here. And that's in there. Base hit. Throw home by Brantley. Not in time, and the run's in to score. Well, partner, this one might not be over yet as the lead has shrunk to just 2 now as they continue to chip away at this deficit. Will Venable will get a chance to swing the bat here, and he'll do it in a good spot as he has runners at first and second and nobody out in the inning. gets a piece here as this ball's fouled away. Oh, it's on the ground to second. Did he get his double play? A bare hand for one. And that didn't work out too well as the pinch hitter comes on to bounce into a double play. Logan Forsythe is the last chance now with 2 out here in the ninth. Now a swing and a ground ball. This should do it. Throw to first is going to be in time to take care of him, and the Marlins have taken the rubber match of this 3-game set as this ball game is over.
Well, this one certainly wasn't a spotless finish, that's for sure. He does surrender a run, but he also gets the final out here to pick up the save.
Before we take our leave, time for a look at our final line score here in what turned out to be a close 2-run victory. And guys, the Marlins were led to victory here by the performance on the mound turned in by this gentleman right here, Wade LeBlanc. He's our tops player of the game.
Yeah, not the longest outing he'll ever have. He only made it 6 full innings, but he definitely brought his good stuff to the ballpark, and he winds up helping his guys get out of here with a victory.
So that'll about wrap things up here tonight. For Eric Harrow, Steve Lyons, and the rest of our hard-working crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB 13, the show. For more, get those smartphones and tablets out and head over to theshownation.com. The Marlins win it 4-2. Good night from San Diego.